Welcome back, everyone. Today we're unpacking a massive, I mean truly massive, strategic move in the pharmaceutical world. Now, if you followed the healthcare supply chain, you already know the biggest open secret in pharma, right? The company on the bottle, well, they rarely made the medicine inside. In this explainer, we're completely decoding a blockbuster partnership that is literally making waves across the industry. We're going to look at exactly how the modern business of medicine is actually manufactured. Okay, let's dive into this. $100 million. Let that sink in for a second. That is the ceiling of the projected annual revenue attached to the deal we're looking at today. It's an absolutely massive number. And, to truly understand how a single partnership generates that kind of recurring capital year after year, we really need to look under the hood at the complex mechanics behind it. So, here is our roadmap for today. 1. The $100 million deal. 2. Unpacking the CDMO model. 3. Gland Pharma's big play. 4. The financial impact. And 5. What this means next. We have a clear, structured plan to decode exactly how this all works, so let's get right to it. Starting off with part 1, the $100 million deal, the initial hook. The core news breaking across the financial wires right now is this: Gland Pharma Inc.'s strategic CDMO deal with a global pharma firm eyeing massive annual returns. Now, on the surface, okay, it sounds like your standard corporate press release, but this single sentence represents a monumental shift in manufacturing strategy. It basically proves that outsourcing isn't just about cutting costs anymore. It's about scaling global monopolies. The immediate parameters of the agreement are pretty clear-cut. Our key player, Gland Pharma, has partnered up with an unnamed global pharma firm. The target? A massive $90 to $100 million in annual revenue. But the absolutely crucial detail here is that third bullet point, a strategic CDMO agreement. That little acronym, well, that's the whole puzzle we need to solve to see how this business model actually functions. Which brings us to part 2, unpacking the CDMO model, the ghost kitchens of pharma. So, CDMOs, contract development and manufacturing organizations, they are literally the ghost kitchens of the pharmaceutical world. You might actually be surprised to learn that over half the pills sitting in your medicine cabinet right now likely weren't manufactured by the brand name stamped on the label. Just like your favorite delivery burger might actually be cooked in a massive, shared off-site kitchen, CDMOs manufacture highly regulated drugs for big pharma brands who never actually put their own name on the factory floor. And this brilliantly illustrates the industry's strategic shift. See, the traditional pharma model forces a company to do absolutely everything in-house. We're talking burning billions on massive manufacturing plants, endless clinical trials, and global branding. But the CDMO model, it totally flips the script. By outsourcing the heavy lifting of complex development and mass manufacturing to specialists like Gland Pharma, these global firms save massive amounts of capital. That way they can focus purely on R&D and branding. Let's shift focus back to our main player in part 3, Gland Pharma's big play, how the partnership works. Executing a deal of this magnitude requires, well, absolute precision on the ground. It begins with step 1, tech transfer. This is a highly sensitive handover where the global firm entrusts Gland Pharma with its proprietary blueprints. From there, Gland's specialized facilities take over for step 2, commercial manufacturing, scaling the product to exacting global health standards, before moving right into step 3, global distribution. Seriously, they're the invisible engine powering the global supply chain. All right, let's look at part 4, the financial impact, following the money. Here is the single most vital detail of this entire announcement. This is not a one-time payout. Let me repeat that it's not a one-time deal. Gland Pharma isn't just selling a single batch of medicine here. They are securing a projected, reoccurring annual revenue pipeline. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is when you average it out to about $95 million a year, the compounding effect is staggering. $95 million in year 1, guaranteed again in year 2, and yet again in year 3. This creates a rock-solid bedrock of predictable income. It gives Gland Pharma massive leverage to aggressively reinvest and, you guessed it, hunt for even larger global contracts. Moving to our final section, part 5. What this means next, the industry ripple effect. This whole setup is a masterclass and a strategic win-win. For Gland Pharma, landing this level of intellectual property completely validates their manufacturing quality on the world stage, all while securing massive cash flow. Conversely, the global pharma partner, they drastically slash their operational overhead. They get to push medicines to patients exponentially faster without spending a single dime, literally not a cent, on new factory construction. And that brings us to the core takeaway here.
Strategic CDMO partnerships are fundamentally shifting the balance of power in the global pharmaceutical supply chain. The companies that research and design the drugs are becoming increasingly separate from the incredibly specialized companies that actually manufacture them at scale. It's a total division of labor at the highest level.
So, I want to leave you with this question to consider. As Big Pharma outsources more and more of its heavy lifting, are CDMOs like Gland Pharma quietly becoming the true powerhouses of modern medicine? Think about it. It's a trend that will absolutely define the next decade of healthcare. Thanks for joining this explainer today. Stay curious, and we'll see you next time.